Xin chào các bạn, mình là Brooklyn Day. Hi everyone, my name's Brooklyn. I'm probably a little late to this topic, but I still want to take some time and share some of my thoughts over this. I wrote this episode a couple weeks ago, but I was busy moving back to Vietnam and I just didn't get around to filming it. I still want to use this episode though, because the whole point of this podcast is to get English listening practice on relevant topics that you care about. Also, this episode isn't just about a specific story, anyways. It reflects a general topic as a whole. You've probably seen some online debates over this topic in Vietnam. An LGBT influencer couple plan to hold a big event for their fan base, which is largely made up of teenagers and the Gen Z population. Their tickets were pretty expensive for that type of event. People had differing opinions on this. Some had no problem with it, saying that they have the right to hold an event and that their followers have the right to go to whatever type of event they want. Others, though, said that this is an example of commercializing love, especially LGBT love. There was so much controversy and even some government involvement, and so they decided to cancel the event. Now, that's a brief overview of what is being talked about, but before we go deeper, I want to talk about why I would even talk about this. I'm American, but my husband's Vietnamese, and I'm pregnant with our first child, a little girl. My children will grow up Vietnamese, and we plan on raising them here in Vietnam. So when I talk about this, I don't really view myself as an expat or a complete foreigner. Yes, I grew up somewhere else. And so I do always try to start with an open mind and try to be curious rather than judgmental. So I am speaking as someone who is living here, raising my family here, and who cares about the next generation of Vietnam. Vietnam is rapidly changing, and I've been in awe as I've seen and heard just how much this place has grown in its last 80 years as a nation. And compared to other Asian countries, it's become pretty open-minded whenever it comes to LGBT rights and visibility. Most, if not all, LGBT couples and individuals here are celebrated, not only for their public accomplishments, but also for their personal relationships. But here's the question. When a couple starts charging extremely high prices just so their fans can meet them, is this still about love and representation? Or is it becoming more about money and image? And is society as a whole giving special attention and privilege to certain groups of people? I want to be clear here. In this video, I'm not questioning whether LGBT couples should be treated with equal love and equal respect as everyone else, because of course, everyone should be treated equally. I'm not even bringing up whether they can or should be able to publicize their relationship, but I do question the commercialization of love and its impact on children. When young people see that being in a same-gender relationship makes you famous, rich, and admired. It sends those young, impressionable minds the wrong message. I think it makes success look too easy, as if the relationship itself is a shortcut to fame. And this isn't healthy for anyone, not for children, not even for the LGBT community, and not for society as a whole. It's not healthy because it places too much emphasis on sexuality. Yes, that is a fundamental part of life, but it is just a part. It doesn't seem quite appropriate to use that for marketing. I hope that all of us have so many more things about us that are beautiful and good and unique and interesting about us that we can share with the world. I don't care whether couples like this have meet and greets and make some money. And I don't care what people spend their money on. They can spend their money on whatever they want to. What matters about this situation is what is marketed to kids. Kids are young and impressionable. They're at a time in life where they're searching for meaning. They're very easily influenced by advertising and marketing for events like this, and they could easily think like, what's that? There's something different and secret, and I want to know more about it. They could be drawn to social events like that, not because they're experiencing same gender attraction, but because they want to be a part of something different. Vu and I have talked a lot about what we want for our family and what we want for our kids specifically. Those talks include things like what country we want our kids to grow up in and what influences we want to surround them. There's a lot of ways that we think it's better for our kids to grow up in Vietnam rather than in America. I know the influences that are present in America because that's where I grew up. I was in the middle of my teen years when same-gender marriage was legalized in America. And I've seen in those 10 years just how far America has pushed the LGBT agenda, even to the point where it is demeaning to those couples, where such a high emphasis is placed on the couple being LGBT that it overshadows other things about them, like their relationship dynamics or their individual strengths. A label became more important than who they are as a person. I want my kids to grow up in and be a part of their society, but I don't want that society to be like the American one that surrounded me. Vietnam is different, but it seems to be bending in the socially progressive way that America did. I want to do at least this small part of talking about this and influencing the society that my kids will grow up in. As I was mulling over this topic to write this episode, I kept asking myself, what is the heart of this issue? And why does it capture my feelings in a way that's hard to explain? I eventually realized that it all lies in this. Each individual human is created with worth and with value that doesn't come from what you do or how you feel or who you love. So many of us go throughout life trying to earn value or prove value to the world in some way. I think that this issue is just another way that society can try to deceive us, telling us and telling people that value can finally be found in loving someone. This actually applies not just to same-gender relationships, but to all relationships. And I'm here to tell you that you can never find your worth from another person. That's just not how we were created and wired as humans. So it breaks my heart when I see just another way that society tries to tell young kids how to find value when they already have it. So that's my 2 cents on this topic. Thank you guys for listening. That's all for today. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.